beginning of when the sharing of satsang started here, I have not really retained anything much which is being shared, in the sense that if you ask me after the satsang gets over, can you do a recap and tell me what all were the main points of what you shared? I find myself unable to do that. I don't have any memory of this. You see? So I will rest in Guruji's words where he says that this whole process of satsang is to bypass all of this mind and memory and truly is consciousness having a monologue with consciousness. You see? So nothing needs to be remembered from here. Whatever is needed to be done while you're here is happening on its own. And I know that when you're here, you're checking, you're looking for yourself. So I don't find that you're just mentally listening just concepts to yourself, which is very good. So I have to say nothing more needs to be done. But if you feel like reading from Nisargadatta Maharaj, from Sri Ranjit Maharaj, from Siddha Rameshwar Maharaj, nothing is wrong with that. It's very beautiful. It won't take away anything from what you're seeing for yourself. There's no trouble with any of that. If you're drawn to reading from that, no trouble.
The only thing is like they go deeper into each layer, gross body and all that subtle body, causal body and all that stuff. Out of which body the I am is arising and all that stuff. The thing is that the teachings of Maharishi Ramana is very simple. It's very simple and no hassles, no burden, nothing. While there is a tendency to go deeper and it is coming from the mind itself. The mind itself it is coming from because it wants to grasp more and more and more, and it is a kind of a niti also. You read something, you acquire something, and then you discard something. I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, because knowledge is coming from ignorance. Ignorance does not exist, so the knowledge also does not exist. You are beyond both. So finally you will say neti, neti, neti. I've acquired this knowledge, but this knowledge I am not.
Yes.
So if you say it is fine to read, I will read. Anyway, I will not retain anything. It will be a good fun time pass. Yeah.
If it feels light, if it feels joyful, if it feels peaceful, because you said I feel drawn to read them. Now, when I heard drawn, I felt like you were saying like this, that it gives me a lot of peace, joy to read these things. It feels good to read it. But if you feel like it's adding to some mental burden or it just becomes an intellectual exercise, then no need to read. You see? So, and
Okay.
you have that much discretion now. You're able to tell the difference between these two things. So I'll trust you on that. If you feel drawn naturally, intuitively to read these things, there's nothing wrong with that. But you don't have to make work out of it. It's not to be mental. No need to add any burden to yourself.
Yeah, I think then I will not read them because it is more, coming from the mind. It
Okay.
is coming more. Yeah, so it is that pulling is also from the mind itself. No. You still have to read. You still have to grasp, get clarification, and all that stuff is coming. If I just be in my natural state, then I don't need anything like that.
Yes.
Uh,
You don't need anything else.
yeah. Bhavan, the reason actually I got pulled to these books are that I'm still trying to find something. The mind is still trying to find something beyond the awareness. It is not satisfied actually at the awareness, because when you say I am awareness, the mind says there is no I
Yes.
and there is no am. I am anyway, you are transcended.
Yes.
So how can you be I am awareness? But that is a way of the expression, of course. Otherwise, how do you express?
Yes.
So the mind
Not
is still trying to figure out, is there something?
Actually, what is happening also in the Sangha is that we are going through this beautiful phase of contemplating this together. You see, where it seems like some of us are saying, but How can you say there's a knowing? There is no knowing. Nothing is. And I'm saying that even to know that there is nothing, there is this knowing. You see? Yeah? So we are having this collective contemplation, which I'm very open to having actually. And we are looking together at this because we are exploring all ideas about knowing, about being, about true awareness, knowingness. What is it that we really mean by these terms is being checked from our direct experience now. You see? So I, for one, am enjoying these contemplations very much, and I'm very open to them. You see? So, and we're having a lot of fun with this actually, just to look at this. Because actually now, if you were to look at both the points of view, you will find that one point of view is there is nothing at all, not even awareness. There is nothing. Everything comes from this nothing. You see? So then we have to look at this, there is nothing at all, and say, do I know this from direct experience that there is nothing? Is it my insight? Or is it only mentally that I'm saying there is nothing at all? You see? So what I find from here, and I have to only speak that, is that this that is here as my most original is this no thing, which is not an appearance, and yet there is a knowing of it. This knowingness itself I am, prior to I am. So don't get confused with that. We've crossed that. I am, I am comes later. That much is obvious to most of us now. So this knowingness, which is non-phenomenal, not an appearance, which is no thing, is what remains. You see? Therefore, the only point of distinction then left is that to say that this no thing is unaware, but there must be awareness to know that there is such a no thing. So that is where the contemplation is happening actually. You see? So for me, it seemed just mental to just say, oh, but there's nothing. I just know this. You see, but we are not even saying I know this. Yeah, I just, it's nothing. But I don't know this. I don't know what we are saying actually. You see? So we, when we say that there is nothing, it automatically implies that I know that there is nothing. I am aware that there is nothing. You see? So even this no thing is aware of itself being no thing. You see? So the only trouble with this prior to awareness business is that it's very attractive to the mind. And I've been saying that something just wants to hold on to this because we feel like, oh, this is the ultimate truth I can get to. You see, it's very attractive. Yes, I found that, which is prior even to awareness. Then did you really find it or you imagining it? The real finding would mean that I know this, which is prior to awareness. But this knowingness itself is awareness. So how did you go prior to awareness? I don't know whether any of this is making sense to any of you, but I feel that some of us who are contemplating this can be useful to look at. No? To be able to say anything at all, like I told Anilji also on Facebook, to be able to report anything at all when we are reporting with integrity, I must know it from this awareness of it as a direct experience of it, or I must know it as a mental concept. In either of those two, the knowingness is unavoidable. You see, you cannot deny the existence of this knowingness, at least the way I see it. And I'm open to continuing this conversation and to look together and say, how can we say anything at all, including that there is nothing, without knowing it? Then we're just making up stuff. By the way, I'm just saying that tell me how we can say something without the knowing of it. We must know nothing to be able to say that there is nothing. Therefore, the knowingness was present along with the nothing. Therefore, this nothing itself must be self-knowing, must be self-aware. You see, so this awareness is present, which I find it is undeniable at this point. For those of you who are contemplating these, can can listen to this stuff again. For those of you who's making this is making no sense, just forget about it. But I enjoy very
Yeah,
much because
that
because for
sorry.
me it is not like I'm being attacked or something like this. I can see that it can seem like that that some Sangha members are saying exactly the opposite of what you're saying. But even in this, I'm not feeling a sense of attack, at least not yet. You see? Because I'm able to see that it's coming from this sense of experiencing this to be true. Nobody is just saying things just to say them. There is this sense that I know this to be true, and that is why it is being said. And that is what I am also saying, that there is a knowing of this to be the truth. This knowingness itself is awareness.